It happened. Nijisanji has to pay a big fine. Now, this doesn't seem like something they want to deal with, because I wouldn't want to deal with that. Apparently, they are 48 millions in debt. Ooh, that's going to be an interesting case. But before we get into that video, make sure you like this video to help the algorithm god, spread it around, and also sub to the channel if you enjoy these kind of videos. Now, let's get into it.
Can they be saved? That is a question many are asking in regards to the VTuber agency Nijisanji English.
Can they be saved, chat?
ANYCOLOR earlier today released their Q4 and end of fiscal year results, painting a picture of their main branch with both positives and negatives, but with major apparent issues regarding Nijisanji English. Nijisanji at the end of March launching their Nijisanji EN 3rd anniversary initiative, rolling out a long-delayed Mario Kart tournament and an even longer delayed AR live concert. Then kicking
I do feel bad for all the talents in that company. I do. I don't want them to be like the English and the Japanese like VTubers, the artists, the people that are working harder. I don't think they deserve it all. The fans, I don't think they deserve anything bad at all.
Off NijiEN Counter, a series of monthly duets with their livers, including both playback released earlier today, along with What's Waiting for Us coming out this time next month. Nijisanji also making plans for their Summer Jam concert at Anime Expo in early July, and today even promising 2 more announcements regarding Nijisanji English in the future. This in addition to their virtual Rhapsody concert, which was held at the end of April, just before the end of their Q4 fiscal year. Then as further today, we turn to the ANYCOLOR investor relations page, graced by the visage of their very handsome CEO, and at the time of the closing of this morning's Tokyo Stock Exchange, releasing not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 separate investor relations documents. This page now being infamous among VTuber fans, back in February giving us this iconic document, quickly stating that the termination of Selen Tatsuki would have a negligible financial
an interesting case, wasn't it?
Impact. And now here on June 12th of 2024, ANYCOLOR releasing...
By the way, speaking about Dokibird, did y'all see that Dokibird, the YouTube channel, has more subs now than the Selen one?
Their fiscal year end results document alongside their Q4 financial results document, in addition to another document entitled Management Policy for Midterm Growth, and lastly, perhaps the most important document of them all today,
we're getting into
regarding
it now.
A massive stock repurchase. Many diving into the fiscal report and immediately to the revenue by quarter section, and noticing a major difference. Comparing here the Q4 results, here now with the same slide from the Q3 results.
Wait, no
Whereas
way.
in previous quarters, ANYCOLOR had gone on to report both the revenue for Nijisanji Japan and Nijisanji English separately in their own graphs. This time around, the two were combined, showing only a year-over-year increase, despite a year-over-year decrease in regards to Nijisanji English. That leading to others to make this graphic for ANYCOLOR, illustrating here a year-over-year decrease of 24% for
I don't know about y'all, but when now I see this graph, I don't think to myself things are going great. This doesn't look good at all.
Nijisanji English. VTuber Sensei here with I wrote a summary of the latest ANYCOLOR Nijisanji financial report. Too long didn't read. They failed their forecast. Nijisanji Japan revenue growth slowing down but still big, and Nijisanji English grim. VTuber Sensei is stating that ANYCOLOR has missed their yearly forecast by 3%. While ANYCOLOR claimed that Q4 would be their biggest quarter ever, that honor still now goes to Q1 of 2024. And while revenue has increased, profits have started to stagnate. For comparison, ANYCOLOR went from 19.7% profit in 2022 to 26.4% in 2023. This time, they've only increased by 0.9% or 27.3% net profit. Seen here.
I mean, it seems that the profit is still gone up, though. It's not as good as before, but it seems like they're making a lot of money still.
To the far right under net profit and margin, that line now plateauing. Interestingly, revenues by business areas show that while commerce, event, and promotion saw growth, live streaming has taken a small loss. ANYCOLOR coming up short for their 2024 fiscal year forecast, originally aiming for 33 billion yen, but only achieving under 32 billion yen. And for next year, ANYCOLOR expects to see 39 billion yen in profit, a nearly 22% increase. As here now, now we may have the most revealing part of the entire document, breaking down revenue by Nijisanji.jp, Nijisanji English, and other. Nijisanji English this year saw an approximate 24% loss from 2023 to 2024. VTuber Sensei saying, going by last year's quarter, we can now safely say that Selen's termination led to a 20% decrease compared to last year.
20%? Dude, that controversy really hit them. I'm gonna be real. I know that I think that controversy was massive. It was crazy. But I find it it's very impressive how much this hit them. Like how much that reduced their growth in itself.
Quarter 4. And going by last year's quarter 4, live streaming revenue saw a 35% loss, promotion revenue saw a 15% loss, and their biggest revenue maker, commerce, i.e. merchandising, also saw a 35% loss. However,
wow, it's just lost in every field. I mean, again, you are dealing with a market of fans, right? And whenever you're striking the fans, like, are you causing controversies like this? Image is very important. Image is really important to have the sales. I'm looking at the EN one. This is awful.
For the first time ever, we do see revenue from events in Nijisanji English.
Interesting.
Going to the Nijisanji EN AR Live Colors concert in mid-April and the virtual Rhapsody concert in late April. They fail, however, to even cover half the losses from the rest of their revenue sources. And now looking toward their other document, the management policy for midterm growth. According to ANYCOLOR, 68% of their fan base is female. And for the age groups of 20 to 29, make up 57% of their fan base.
Does that mean that majority of their large streamers are male streamers? Do they, like, because this is what it says to me. Because if I look at the, like, if I'm looking at it, like, as a VTuber that has really put his mind and looked at how industry goes, I feel like the biggest earners, yeah, I guess they are the biggest earners. I feel like it is really, I do feel like male VTubers have a bigger female audience than generally any streamer, any kind of streamer, even regular like even female streamers in itself and non-VTuber female streamers, or even male face streamers. I feel like male VTubers has the biggest female audience in general. So whenever I see something like this, I assume that their biggest target audience is females, and their male streamers are the ones that are bringing in the most growth.
Interestingly, nearly half their revenue.
Streaming is very male viewer dominant. It is very male viewer dominant. And the only place I can see for myself whenever I looked at other people's graphs and looked at other people's audiences, it seems that the male VTuber audience has the highest retention rate of female audience. So whenever I look at this and I'm looking at Nijisanji, I assume that if you look at HoloLive, because HoloLive is, you know, all their streams, like big streams, are just female, right? So I assume that this would be just completely probably flipped. I think this would be flipped. Literally you? Yeah, I have over 70% female viewers.
Percent of their fan base. Interestingly, nearly half their revenue comes from VTubers that debuted in ANYCOLOR's first 2 years, with those that debuted in their first year accounting for 30% of revenue. ANYCOLOR's
maybe TikTok and beauty streamers might have. I don't think there are any beauty streamers that exist. I think there are TikTok and YouTube beauty channels, but they're not really streamers. There's a difference between being a TikToker and YouTuber compared to streaming. I'm talking just specifically streaming right now. Streaming on YouTube only, or majority, and streaming on Twitch. You know what I mean?
Goals currently are to see nearly double in revenue and profit by their 2027 fiscal year. This with generic plans of strengthening their structure and hiring 10 to 15% more talents, and expecting average revenue for talents to grow by 10 to 15%. Currently, ANYCOLOR has 20 billion yen on hand.
Oh my
that
God.
figure will be important later. And now, just 6 months after their December 2023 stock repurchase, ANYCOLOR is at it again, initiating yet another stock repurchase. 6 months ago, buying up to 900,000 stocks, and now in mid-2024, making plans to buy up to 4 million stocks.
Damn.
The total amount being paid out to be up to
time to buy. I mean, their stock If you haven't looked at the stock, their stock goes like this. Their stock goes like this. Boom. That's like it's like all the way on the top and just got boom. So it is probably the best time to buy stock because they are going so down bad. Unless I assume they have a plan to fix their company to get their stock being worth something more. But at the moment, like if you look at the graph, if you look at their earnings, things have not been going that well.
Billion yen, or nearly 48 million US dollars. ANYCOLOR at
Damn.
this time using nearly a third of their cash on hand to potentially avoid their stock from falling any further. As
Do you think it is from them reducing the stock falling, or is it to just have to get some more value out of it? I feel like this is kind of like a double-sided thing. I feel like they have a plan. They have an idea to make sure that their stocks will go up again. I think that's why they're buying in so much.
After the Q3 results,
maybe they believe enough in their product.
700 yen, the absolute maximum that can be lost in a single day by any Japanese stock. But now with this initiative to repurchase back stocks, that's now signaling to investors it's free money.
Yeah,
Buy
it is.
now.
Pump and dump.
Some
Yeah, it's very
stating that the termination
common.
of Selen Tatsuki is no longer a negligible financial impact to ANYCOLOR, but instead one with a price tag of nearly 50 million US dollars.
Wow. Wow. So you're telling me the Selen controversy made them lose $50 million in revenue. This controversy reduced their profit margin so much.
VTuber Sensei
Just Thanos snapped, boom, all gone.
goes on to finish his piece, giving us this too long didn't read to put in simple metaphorical terms. ANYCOLOR got a D+ for their financial results. While Nijisanji Japan continues to be quite successful, they failed their forecasts. Growth is starting to slow, and their overseas is looking dire by the month. The future, in VTuber Sensei's opinion, is looking quite uncertain if they can't replicate their success outside of their top talents in JP. This all while the true average for concurrent viewership is continuing to drop for Nijisanji English, hitting its top average back in August of 2022 at over 4,000 viewers, but now in June of 2024 hitting its lowest point ever with just 770 average viewers for every liver. That is next. We turn to...
They have to send Vox back to the ASMR cold mines. They do have... I think they need another wave of famous male VTubers or some new wave to hit niches.
Doki Bird. iBUYPOWER making this announcement. We're hanging out with Doki Bird at Anime Expo for her birthday. Enter below for your chance to meet Doki Bird during her birthday celebration. Doki Bird saying, that's right, iBUYPOWER and Height are going to throw me a birthday party at Anime Expo.
Let's go, Doki, let's go.
I'll still be doing a special birthday stream after for those who can't make it so everyone can celebrate with me. Many viewers finding this quite humorous as the iBUYPOWER and Height booth at Anime Expo is directly across the Nijisanji and Nijisanji English booths. Doki adding, you'll be able to drop me
Doki
gifts.
always gets that W. Doki has received a W left and right every single time something happens. Like, she's been doing so well. She's doing so well. It's insane.
Nijisanji, iBUYPOWER, everyone can celebrate with me. Many viewers finding this quite humorous as the iBUYPOWER and Height booth at Anime Expo is directly across the Nijisanji and Nijisanji English booths. Doki adding, you'll...
That's gonna be funny. Dude, I wish I could go. I wish I could go. I hope somebody live streamed that. I want to see the difference in group dynamic over there. Damn, that sounds funny.
Be able to drop me gifts / letters.
That sounds funny.
As long as it's not perishables, food / drinks, or electronics. There's so many fun announcements, and we are just getting started. Dokibird now making her rounds at conventions, including both Anime North, and now announcing her attendance at Anirevo. This August event saying signups for the lottery are now open. Enter by filling out the entry form before the deadline of July 2nd. Dokibird this past week still very busy with collaborations.
Is her booth bigger than Niji? yeah, it was.
collabing
It was
with
bigger.
Tenjin, a newly debuted
But they had
VTuber
split it
who
in
we've
two,
certainly
kinda.
never, ever heard from before. Dokibird, of course, having never collabed with this VTuber ever before. That echoed by Tenjin's second cousin, Michi Mochievee, claiming the same. Dokibird also tweeting out, it's finally live, the first official Doki figure. Pre-orders will only be available for 4 weeks, and then it will be gone forever.
Amy
So
Lee
make sure to
collab
get it
big.
for your Doki Shrine. This being the Dokibird youtooz figure, now with 26 days left for purchase, running for $29.99
That's cute.
USD.
I love
and with
Doki's
orders
design.
shipping from November 11th to December 11th. That is today. We turn to Dokibird's surprise project, WrestleTuber 2024. That logo by way of Pat. Doki saying, the most ambitious project I've ever planned. This having been a 2-day event complete with interviewers, announcers, and casters, alongside numerous agency VTubers and indie VTubers alike. Dokibird securing the attendance by numerous hollow stars, thanks to her very good friend Axel Syrios. But the biggest surprise of the event was Maid Mint, tweeting out this cheeky winking face with tongue. Then
I mean, this is old news. This stream went well. This one's really good. This is really old news. This is like last month. WrestleTuber event. Yeah, I mean, we've gone through this. We know about this. Also, I do want to say this, like, this shit right here. I gotta show you this. YouTube, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube.
And now bringing up,
look at this. This thing is so funny. GamerSupps made a new flavor called Lean. And they put Joe Biden on the Lean packaging. And GamerSupps got like 3 days later, 2 days later, they got a notice for fucking the White House that they are not allowed to use Joe Biden's face on the packaging. Does he have, yeah, does he, like, look at this. They got a freaking notice that they gotta stop doing this. You know what GamerSupps did? They said, nah, bit. We're gonna get Joe out of here. And that's how they changed him. They put that little silly face on top of Joe and started reselling it. Now they're back in business. I wonder if they'll get in trouble for this, because this was announced yesterday. I wonder if they will get in trouble for this. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Rest is advertisement and stuff like that. That's a pretty interesting situation. I don't know, like, I thought that the Selen, like, situation was gonna hurt Nijisanji, but 50 million? $50 million? Oh my god, that is crazy. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section below on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. My god, because I'm shocked. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Now, I think the whole situation over there was really sad. Like, I have some videos talking about it in the past. It was a really sad situation. And I didn't expect them to hit them hard, but I didn't expect them to hit them 50 million that hard. That is insane. That is insane. But let's hope they learned and they treat their talents better from that. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video and you liked it, make sure you click the like button. Sub to the channel if you want to watch more reactions. And if you want to join chat over there and hang out with chat and say yap with us, then you're free to join me on twitch.tv/AmaLee. We would love to have you there. And other than that, hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.